is old Uncle Mark in the mothership, 3-string cigar box guitar, 3-string cigar box guitar. So I got asked to do Stevie Ray Vaughan, Sky is Crying. I'm actually not going to do that. I don't think there's really any way to do justice to Stevie's version of this. There's many versions of this. The Elmore James is the first I heard. But I'm going to do this in a free kind of a way. So just to let you know how I interpret it, this is an Uncle Mark interpretation. And I'm going to play it in C. If you've known before, my favorite key for blues on a 3-string cigar box guitar tuned in open G, G, D, G is C. And the reason is I can access my G this way, access my G this way, and access my G this way. So I can use more of the neck, I feel. Just me. So that's enough of that. So a little bit of soloing. So the song is a 1-4-5 song in C, which means it's a C and an F, which is one above the G. So let's look at here. G is open, G sharp, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, one above that E, okay? F sharp, G, G sharp, A, B flat, B, C again. It's the reason I like the key of C for blues. I can access the C a lot easier than the D. So it's just a typical blues tune. C, F, remember one above the dot, and G, 2 dots. But I can also play these inversions. This is an F, so it's my second finger, or my third, right, is on this C. My pinky, or my third, is on the C. And my first finger here is on the F. So it looks like that, or this. The G is just the same shape. You're just moving it towards the pickup, right? G, F sharp, F, C. Now the C, the sevens. I have a lesson on how to play sevenths and minors. I would look at that and take a glance at sevenths. Sevenths is the chord here, C, and you're just going to drop this upper G note, okay, down to B flat. And I'm not going to be playing this note, just these two. And I can do that with F. There's the F, right? And I just drop that F down to D sharp, C. And this is a little trick that you come down a semitone, go down a semitone and come back up. It's a little trick I would play with. It's really fun. You can do that with the F too. And you can do that with the G. Because there's the G. You would drop to F. And there we are again with the C. When I get into the upper register, I tend to replace my third finger with my second, because it's easier for me to get these shapes this way, as opposed to being here. That's just how I do it. You may find it easier with keeping the shape. It's just that my belly gets in the way when I'm moving these shapes around, or the guitar's way out here and I just can't manage it, but that's just me. Soloing around, now that you know the sevenths, we're going to solo around. You got boxes. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, I use blues boxes. So in this box of C, you're just going C, and this is a B, and that's a B flat. So the C, the B flat, okay, work. The we know that's a G, and we know that is a F. We know this is a C, and that's a B flat. So that's a hammer on. And sometimes I need helpers to do these bends. So I'll do it with two fingers in the slot. And I'll cross my fingers to get this note. I'll use a little vibrato, which is kind of pulling. I'm just pulling the note to my hand. And this one I'm turning up using my wrist. And actually my whole shoulder. And I can do that here in F. And the reason I can use this note a lot is because, bingo, it's a C, just like this chord. Same note. Little cry here on this B flat, G, same G. And then the turnaround, which is, see this note right here, D sharp, C. Okay, then it's a D, sorry. This is a, yeah, it's a D, no, it's not a D sharp. I'm fooling myself. This is a B flat, A, G sharp, G. If you're feeling creative, you can do it down here too. So those are two ways to get to the turnaround, and your turnaround revolves around the 5 chord. So if you haven't seen my 1-4-5 lesson or my 7th lesson, you should really familiarize yourself with those things. It'll really help you soloing. So the blues box for C is here. The blues box for F is here. The blues box for G is here. Also, my blues box moves up to C again in here. around with all of these phrasings, but remember, stick to your boxes, and when you shift your boxes, so you're here, F, G7, F7, So work on these vibrato moves. This is a pulling exercise here. I use a helper a lot of times. A helper finger is the one next to it, and I kind of... And then this one is a vibrato this way. If you notice, it's my whole arm, my whole shoulder. All right, so 1, 4, 5, tune in C, F, G. So fool around with all that soloing. Like I said, The Sky is Crying. It's Elmore James. Lots of cats done this. Really cool versions of this tune for slide work and stuff. Our Hound Dog Taylor does a great version of this. So if you want to listen to all the old stuff, you want to play this blues stuff, you got to go all the way back to the roots and start listening to these old cats. Okay, they may be playing some beat up old Silvertones, but man, they really grab the vibe, and that's what we're after here, is getting the vibe of the blues and then transferring it into a rock and roll bluesy setting. So anyway, this is Old Uncle Mark in the Mothership, 3-string cigar box guitar. I do have a donate link down below. It's a virtual tip jar, and it's a paypal.me/Uncle Mark Tips. I want to say thank you for all the donations, subscriptions to the channel. That's huge. Telling your friends, you know, this is a great channel to watch. Learn lots of new stuff, lots of technique. This is something that I really want to stress, is all this different technique. So anyway, sharing on social media, huge. So thank you so much. For those guys that like to watch me play live, thank you. That is really, it makes me so happy, right? So we'll see you.